Hello, my name is Steve Bigelow with the Candlestick Forum. Today, Biden announced that they was going to raise taxes on the rich. That put a little bit of nervousness into the Dow. But notice what's happened. We had a bearish harami, didn't quite close below the T line. Now we've got another bearish harami closing below the T line. Stochastics heading down. That's given us a good probability that market is starting to head lower. Same thing over here on the NASDAQ. Had some bearish signals. There was your hanging man, bearish confirmation. Came back up yesterday through the T line, telling us we could be back in an uptrend, except today they closed it back below the T line. Again, showing that the stochastics heading down. There's a good probability they could bring it back down here, filling this gap here at the 50-day moving average. However, we've got some very strong patterns that produce some very good gains today. Our recommendation on OCGN was based upon the scoop pattern, a very high probability trade setup. You can see it was up 42% today and was trading up higher after hours. However, we identify signals and patterns that produce high probability results. A scoop pattern usually is going to have a big slingshot effect to the upside. Does it all occur in one day? Not necessarily. But the rhetorical answer is candlestick signals and patterns puts you in situations where the probabilities of being in big price moves are extremely high in your favor. Same scenario on a fry pan bottom breakout. We started buying CM or CVM calls on the open because look at your fry pan bottom and where is the ultimate entry point? When they gapped up through the resistance level or the beginning of the fry pan bottom, that told us our expected results was a strong price move. That's what we anticipate coming out of a fry pan bottom. Or a kicker signal. A few days ago, we had a kicker signal develop in a small stock STON, and you can see what it was doing even on a day when the market was backing off. A kicker signal is one of your strongest of the 12 major signals. And we also identified today a bullish flutter kicker signal, which is basically a kicker signal in a sense where they had a open here, close here. They gap up and do a doji above the open of that bearish candle. And then we have the doji rule, just simple 2+2 analysis. Doji rule is if they open up positive and trade positive, you're going to have a good positive candle, which means if you took out this little flutter out of the bullish flutter kicker signal, you've got a kicker signal, one of your strongest signals. We're going to be doing a training this Saturday showing the logic that is built into candlestick analysis. Knowing this information just provides a very strong analysis process where you're not depending on somebody else to make decisions. You can very easily analyze what's going on in investor sentiment. As we saw when the market started rolling over today, look at Apple. Bearish engulfing signal, one of the 12 major signals. A few days later, followed by a bearish engulfing signal. What's that telling you? Logically, it's telling you the bears are starting to take control. Today, after trading up for a while, they closed it back below the T line. Very simple logic. If you see candlestick sell signals and a close below the T line, the probabilities are pretty strong you're in a downtrend, potentially coming all the way back to test the 50-day moving average. This is not rocket science. This is the results that the Japanese rice traders identified as far as simple candlestick buy and sell signals. So right now, with the market pretty nervous, the policies coming out of Washington are not stimulating investors to run to the market. There's starting to be some little nervousness up here. Again, with the NASDAQ trying to close up above the T line yesterday, but coming back down after a sell signal, that gives you a higher probability that we're heading lower. This allows you to put more short positions in your portfolio. So the common sense built into candlestick analysis, come join us. These mini spotlights are about 90 minutes to 2 hours long, but you get an immense amount of information in these sessions. It'll basically change your perspective of how you start looking at candlestick charts and how you use that information to make your investment decisions. With that, everybody have a good trading day. We'll see you in the chat rooms.